EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for the weekend, September 24th and 25th, 2022. The weekend video forecast is proudly sponsored by Bozergeist Brewing Company in Easton. They are located at 1250 Summit Boulevard, very close to Lafayette College. They are purveyors of fine craft beer in the Lehigh Valley with a vast beer selection from IPAs to ales to stouts and my favorite, the sours. They also have a fantastic menu selection, live entertainment, open mic nights, and trivia nights, and are open 5 days a week between Wednesday and Sunday. They are Bozergeist Brewing Company in Easton, proud sponsors of the weekend video forecast. So, today we have a continuation of the mostly sunny skies that we saw yesterday. However, temperatures are going to moderate a little bit as the core of that trough that was over us yesterday is now going to shift to the east. So we're expecting temperatures to come up a little bit. Still slightly below average for this time of year, however. 66 to 72 is the temperature spread from north to south across our region, as you can see above me. And then tomorrow we bump those temperatures up a little bit more so in the southeastern part of the state, and also across New Jersey and Delaware. It'll be a little warmer there. Further in the interior, we're not going to have much of an increase tomorrow because we're going to have a cold front moving toward the region, and clouds are going to limit that increase a little bit. So with this cold front, which is on the lead of another trough, you're going to have some scattered showers with it, okay? It looks like it's coming in kind of mid to late afternoon and then continuing eastward from there, and eastward and southeastward with some scattered showers. Not a big event here, and this will be wrapped up by Sunday, late Sunday evening, or maybe part of the overnight it might go to. So let's take a look at the NAM high-res future simulated radar. I'm going to start this off at 2 p.m. You can follow the timestamp at the upper right-hand corner as I move this forward. Here's those scattered showers at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They're going to work their way eastward. So again, those interior areas are going to get the showers and the clouds and showers a little bit faster. And you might, further east, you can start off partly cloudy, and then clouds will increase ahead of that. So you'll have the opportunity to have the temperatures increase a little bit more in these eastern and southeastern areas over here than in the interior, northwest, and western areas of our coverage area. And then these showers are going to continue to work their eastward. Can't roll out a thunderstorm with this as well, but this runs out of room here all the way up to 8 p.m. So there's 6 p.m., and then there's 7, 8, and then this runs out of range. So we're going to take us a step further on the 12-kilometer NAM. Move this back to the afternoon so you can see that this is matching up pretty well. Here's where it is at 2 p.m. Here's where the NAM is at 2 p.m. So the NAM extended out to 84. So this is going to show you where the showers are, that it matches up pretty well with its 3-kilometer version. And when you move this forward, here is 5 p.m., here is 8, and there's 11. Okay, so that moves off pretty quickly. Just looks like a line of scattered showers and perhaps even thunderstorms that comes through late in the day and during the evening, and then that's out of here. And anything on Monday stays off to our north, it looks like. Okay, so once we get past this, we are back to partly cloudy skies Monday with temperatures that are not going to drop off too quickly yet because the core of this trough still has to pass through. It's supposed to come in, and that's not going to be until midweek. So, and that's after this gets out of here. This system that's off to our north is going to hang there on Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday is another partly cloudy day because this is still in the vicinity. The cooler air is going to be back here, and that's going to swing in here on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week. But it's not until this bugger right here moves out of the way. It has to get out of here before that cooler air comes in. It's still going to be in the lower 70s generally, 70, 72-ish Monday, Tuesday. But once we get beyond that, then we'll get back in the 60s again. And that's going to be Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, expecting mostly sunny skies Wednesday, Thursday. And then we are looking at the next potential system that would come into play would be possibly remnants from what is expected to be tropical storm and hurricane Hermine, which is in the right now in the Caribbean, and we'll go over that a little bit today just to show you what this is doing. There is the hurricane at this point moving across Florida, and there could be some downstream effects as it makes a second landfall here in the European model near Myrtle Beach or just north of there, and then we get some remnant rainfall here Friday afternoon through Saturday. So the 30th and 1st, that's the timeline we outlined in yesterday, or I outlined yesterday's long range that I did as the potential target for any remnant rainfall. How much? Hard to say. Will this even hit us? Still hard to say. We don't know yet. It could be a graze, could be a full hit, could be something that is just a, we'll see. We'll see. I don't want to put the cart ahead of the horse here because we still got to figure out where this thing is going. And right now, here on Saturday, this is where tropical storm expected to be. When I recorded this video, I had to do it early because I'm leaving Friday night and heading up to the mountains this weekend. So I will not be recording the video. I did not record it at the normal time I do, late evening. So this is it's still, at the time I'm recording this video, a tropical depression, but it's expected to be a tropical storm here on Saturday, and will move just to the south, we think, of Jamaica Saturday night. And at some point here between Jamaica, that point, and getting close to the Cayman Islands here, which are right here. Here's the Cayman Islands. Right here. Those are the Cayman Islands. When it gets close to the Cayman Islands, it's expected to be a hurricane at that point. And then this will continue on the European model in a very similar path across Cuba, the western tip of Cuba, and then into southwest Florida, near the Sarasota, Fort Myers, Port Charlotte area. So that vicinity is where it's targeting. That's where the European model is targeting. This is a very similar and eerie track to Hurricane Charlie in 2004. If memory serves me correctly, this is the last major hurricane that struck this area of Florida, that's on the western side, I think. Not 100% positive on that, but I'm pretty sure it was something that started off down here by Trinidad and moved out here like this, just south of Jamaica, went across the Cayman Islands, went across western Cuba, and came in here like this, went across the state, and then went back here like this again. So this is a very similar path that this European model run is taking. It's also a very similar path that the National Hurricane Center is thinking right now. They didn't only go to day 5 here, but just to give you an idea of what the National Hurricane Hurricane Center has, they have this as a tropical storm till it gets past Jamaica, and then it turns into a hurricane near the Cayman Islands. They do have a major hurricane distinction up here when it hits that general vicinity between Sarasota, Fort Myers, Port Charlotte, that area in western Florida, southwestern Florida. So we have to watch this very closely. This is very similar to what Charlie did in 2004. And I use that term very reluctantly, though, because I'm just talking about the path here, not necessarily intensity, because Charlie did some devastating damage to the Sarasota, Fort Myers area. It was a Category 4 when it made landfall here in southwest Florida in 2004. Just making similarities to the track here, not necessarily strength, so don't get too excited just yet. Those are fine details we have to work out. It might not even hit this area. It might be further up in the Panhandle or something yet. But this is what the European model does. And just if you're not familiar with the geography, Fort Myers is right about, my geography. There's Fort Myers where I have that X, and then when you get up here, this is Port Charlotte. There's Sarasota. This is the Tampa St. Pete area up here. So this is all in the game. Of course, Naples is further south down here. But there is somewhere in that range there is where the European model seems to be honing in on. Doesn't mean it's going to be right. Something we're going to track next week. But this is something that we have to pay attention to down the line for perhaps some remnant rainfall if it does take that track, and that would be in that Friday to Saturday time frame next week. We'll have more information on that on Monday when I do the next daily forecast video. Right now, this is all speculative. Please follow the National Hurricane Center for the latest advisories over the weekend until we do a video again next. They are the official source. They are very, very good at what they do. Like I said, this path here that they put up here from the National Hurricane Center, this is the 11 a.m. advisory, so I don't have the updated 5 o'clock one, but this is the same path that basically the European model took today. Okay, so it's almost spot on to that. And you can see there's still a cone of uncertainty here where this could go way right and hook right here like this, or way left and end up in the Big Bend of Florida. So somewhere in between there is where they're saying this could end up. All right, so this is a wide range here, and this is something will be narrowed down with time. That cone will shrink, and we'll have better confidence of where it's going to make landfall, and then where it goes after that, because that's going to affect us potentially next week. And so we have to keep following that for not only our interest down in Florida, if you're on vacation or you have family down there, but also here locally. Because the wind associated with this storm, I know it made landfall and it decreases rather quickly, but the wind field doesn't just go poof and disappear. You have some wind with this. In this situation, there would be some wind that we would deal with, and of course the rainfall as well. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We have plenty of time to look at this. The next video we'll have on Monday morning will give us better detail and clarity, hopefully, at that time. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchus. That is your outlook for this weekend, September 24th and 25th, 2022. Have a great Saturday and Sunday.